And now, as we do every year, MAC would like to commemorate the legacy and remember those who have passed away and recognize the commitments and contributions they have made for our community. Let's start off with someone who is very dear and beloved to our community, a leading Muslim woman who has not only left so much khair in the dunya. Dr. Lamia bin Jama has also left so much khair that continues after she has passed on. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raise her ranks to the highest level of paradise and grant her family patience and strength. The second person we will recognize is someone who has stood for truth and justice, as we will learn in the following video, Dennis Edney.
The MAC Convention 2024 celebrates Dennis Edney, a Canadian legal luminary known for his profound impact in criminal, constitutional, and human rights law. Edney epitomizes the Canadian dream through his dedication to justice and public service. His legacy extends beyond courtroom victories to influential lectures on the rule of law across North America. Edney's accolades include the Canadian National Pro Bono Award in 2008 and the Human Rights Medal from the Lieutenant Governor of British Columbia in 2009. Edney was appointed a bencher of the Law Society of Alberta in 2011, with the title of Queen's Counsel for his exceptional contributions to the legal profession. His advocacy work has been recognized by the John Humphrey Centre for Peace and Human Rights in 2013. His passionate plea for justice was showcased in the acclaimed documentary Guantanamo's Child, Omar Khadr, in 2015. Dennis Edney's lifetime of service embodies the spirit of a true Canadian hero.
And now it is for the awards segment of the night. Today we will be recognizing 2 awards, the first of which is the recognition for excellence in community-based leadership and the MAC Friends of the Community Award. Please join me in welcoming Sister Sara Atiya, Principal of Olive Grove School, and Sister Maimouna Hussein, Board Member of MAC, to award these. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. It is an honor for me to present this recognition tonight to Sister Safiya Awad. There are few individuals who can combine long-term vision, deep conviction, and unwavering commitment to meaningful leadership and action with true humility. And amidst all of that, ground this in a deep and profound understanding of what it means to serve for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Sister Safiya is a leader who exemplifies these characteristics, alhamdulillah. Her commitment to the community for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not a job, it's not a vocation, but it is an act of faith. She has pioneered this at a time when opportunities for women in leadership were still not as widely prevalent. The lasting impression that Sister Safiya has had on all of us is an example that is immeasurable. She shows us that commitment to community is at the highest pedestal, higher than career, wealth, and personal gratifications. At this time, I welcome Sister Safiya.
MAC's recognition for excellence in community leadership recognizes an individual who has been a grassroots community-based leader who identifies and addresses needs deep within communities to build a thriving society around them. This year, MAC wishes to recognize Sister Safiya Awad for her excellence in community leadership. Sister Safiya is one of MAC's pioneer volunteers, having been involved with the organization since its inception in the late 90s. She has served as a member of the board of directors and has led committees for MAC's weekend schools and summer camps. For over 3 decades, she has also been a tireless advocate for creating a supportive and inclusive space for Muslim women in Canada, especially through her work with the Girl Guides of Canada and the Quebec Council of the Girl Guide. In 1995, she spearheaded the establishment of the Muslim Girl Scouts, a groundbreaking initiative that garnered recognition from the federal government with the 1999 Citation for Citizenship Award, which recognized the collaborative efforts between MAC Girl Scouts and the Girl Guide of Canada. In 2006, Sister Sophia made history by leading the first and only Muslim district within the Girl Guides of Canada at that time, efforts that have earned her not 1, but 2 Queen Jubilee Awards. It is with great honor that MAC acknowledges Sister Sophia Awad's excellence in community leadership, recognizing her invaluable contributions to setting a strong foundation for Muslim youth to stand firm on the path of truth.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First, I would like to thank the sister and brother who work to make this organization successful. I would like to advise the next generation to continue creating new goals and to be better than us, and to be proud about what they are doing. MAC is our amana to you, young people. May Allah help you. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And now for our next award. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As Sister Ismahan reminded us in her powerful talk, the world is seeing so much oppression. We have a firm belief that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends the oppressed many ways of support, as He reminds us firmly in the Quran that inna ma'al usri yusra. Fairly, with hardship is ease. And as the oppressed continue to see those difficulties, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends them those supports in different means and in different forms. The oppressed and the vulnerable face response from 2 different types of people. The first is those who are indifferent and choose to look away and ignore. And the second are those who stand up for these most vulnerable people and stand up against oppression. Today, we have an example of someone who embodies that second example. As a leading lawyer specialized in immigration and refugee law, she could not look the other way when basic tenets of fairness and rule of law were violated. She was not scared by the forces that were the powerful forces, and she took it upon herself to uphold and stand up for the most vulnerable when many, many people looked away. It is not easy, and it takes heart, determination, and strength. And it's truly my honor to be presenting the award today and to welcome Ms. Barbara Jackman to the stage for the Friends of Community Award. Please join us.
The MAC Friends of the Community Award recognizes an individual who has made significant contributions in society towards leading with a vision that will nurture healthy communities in Canada. This year, MAC is honored to recognize Barbara Jackman for being a friend of the community. Barbara Jackman is a renowned immigration lawyer that has spent over 40 years fighting for the rights and humanity of migrants and refugee claimants fleeing persecution. Ms. Jackman has appeared before all levels of court, including successful appeals before the Supreme Court of Canada for cases ranging from national security to human rights and torture to allegations of membership in terrorist organizations. Amongst her most notable achievements is a groundbreaking case that enabled immigrants to obtain court orders halting their deportation while they contested their removal, an option previously unavailable to them. Given her profound impact on shaping human rights law in Canada, in 2019, Ms. Barbara Jackman was appointed to the Order of Canada and has been awarded the Law Society Medal and 3 honorary doctorates. Beyond her courtroom endeavors, Ms. Barbara Jackman is the author of many papers, articles, and book contributions, and has lectured at law schools across Ontario. Also notable is her active engagement in law reform through providing expert testimony before standing committees on citizenship and immigration in both the House of Commons and the Senate. The Muslim Association of Canada thanks Ms. Barbara Jackman for her remarkable contributions to the legal profession and her tireless advocacy for immigrant and refugee rights, and for being a true friend of the community.
I will be brief. I want to make 4 points. First is that I want to tell you how honored I am to receive this recognition from the Muslim Association. Secondly, I want to say I'm really honored because it's the Muslim Association that is giving me this award. I know it to be an organization that works at the grassroots level, building bridges, not breaking them, and trying to develop a broader awareness and understanding of Islam in Canada. When I started practicing law, I don't think I'd ever met a Muslim before. I lived in small town Ontario, and it was a very narrow kind of environment. Canada's benefited, I think, from the diversity that your community brings here. The third point that I want to make about the award is that you're giving me this recognition at this particular time when Gaza is burning. I want to be seen to be on the right side of history, and this is the right side of history with Palestine. And then the fourth point is, for any of you who want to be lawyers, but even if you don't want to be lawyers, there is still so much work to do. There is so much prejudice and stereotyping that exists within the judicial system in Canada. We've only done little things really in terms of challenging it, and I think that there's a lot for the upcoming generation to do in terms of really taking on the system for the prejudice that it shows. For me, what I've seen is that prejudice against Palestinians throughout my career, but since 9/11, particularly Muslims as well. So there's lots of work. Thank you.